What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy Chang, and in this episode I get my first pair of skater shoes. I get to try out this brand new Kush pad, and I open up a box with a lot of warning labels on them. So let's get started. First off, check out this meme.
Officer, I got one question for you. What are those?
So if you've seen any of my prior videos, you know that I've gotten a lot of grief for the shoes that I wear when I ride my Onewheel. And so I decided to cave and get my first ever pair of skater shoes. And here they are, by Globe. I bought them on Amazon. They were just over 20 bucks, as you saw. Prices vary, but I got lucky that I could find this pair in my size for just over 20 bucks. And so we're going to try those out in just a little bit. But next, we're going to unbox this here, and I'm super excited about this product. It is the Kush pad, which is what Jeff McCosker calls the last foot pad you will ever need. And so this is a collaboration put together by the folks over at Carve Power and the folks over at the Float Life to bring to us a new foot pad. It's called the Kush pad because it's not a hard surface. It's made out of a urethane that is soft and forgiving. It's got a little flex and a little bend to it. It's described as almost like having a nice soft insole for your shoe, but on the outside of your shoe. It has this very nice Float Life grip tape on it. The grip tape, though, I did notice was kind of coming off on some of the edges, but we'll talk more about that in just a sec, as my son was taking off the old foot plate so we could install the new Kush pad. This came in the mail. It's got a lot of warning labels on it, and that's because it contains a lot of batteries. And so, I was so excited, I let my son continue on with the Kush pad installation, and I got to work unboxing this.
What is that?
So this is something that will help us from running out of batteries like we did today. Called the 2X.
Get some screws. Got this battery. It's heavy. Alright, so these are the 2 extra additional battery packs. And these will go for the plus, not for the XR.
But we'll talk more about the 2X and show the installation in a different video. That's going to take a little more time and more tools than I have at the moment. So let's go back to lacing my shoes, my new skater shoes by Globe, and let's go back to taking off the old foot plate so we can put on the new Kush pad, Float Kush Concave plate. So there it is. So a couple things. There are these 2 extra little screws here that you'll have to take off. And with the Float Life Kush plate, the Float Kush Concave, I guess is what the official name, it'll come with 2 longer screws, and you'll be able to put those in there. So with this foot plate, you'll have 4 total screws on the top, and that'll help to reinforce it and keep it secure. And then you'll have the 2 screws down at the bottom. I'm always very cautious when I put in my screws because you're screwing steel screws into an aluminum frame, and that could set up for potential disaster if you force in a screw and end up stripping the hole in the aluminum frame. So just be cautious and be aware. Don't ever force a screw into a hole if you're feeling a lot of resistance. And so there it is. Matches nicely with my front foot plate. Now we're out in the field and we are going to test these brand new shoes and this brand new Float Kush Concave pad all at the same time. I know it may not be fair. I should probably just test one or the other so I can give a more complete analysis of each item, but I was just too excited. I had my new shoes, I had my new foot plate, and I am ready to roll. Well, kind of. Got to make sure the power is on, right? There. Now I am ready to roll. So a little history about me. I have never ridden on a one wheel with anything but a stock foot plate. I know that there are many on the market, but just like with the shoe thing, I was always comfortable with what I had. Just my regular old hiking shoes or running shoes seemed to do me fine, and just the regular stock foot pads also worked very well for me, so I never had the desire to upgrade. But let me tell you, after having put on about 1,000 miles between my two one wheels, there is something special about wearing these shoes and using this customized foot plate. So let's start off with the shoes first off. Number one, I love the look of these shoes. I wanted something that wouldn't be too flashy, that looked pretty plain and simple, that I would be able to wear to work, let's say, or wear to business casual type events, and I think these fit the bill. The shoes have a flat bottom with a very thin sole, which is similar to my zero drop running shoes, but these shoes do have a little bit more cushion, and I do feel like I am a little bit more responsive to what's going on with the board. But you know, I don't think just because I get new shoes I'm going to be riding like Jeff McCosker or Sly Dog Stroh. You know, as a kid I always wanted Air Jordans because I wanted to play basketball like Michael Jordan. You know, my kids, they want basketball shoes by Steph Curry because they want to be able to shoot like Steph Curry. But just because you have the newest and greatest shoes by the best athletes, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to automatically be just as great as they are. That will take a lot of time and a lot of practice, and even still, I will probably never get there. But anyway, enough about shoes. Let's talk about these Kush pads, the Kush Concave pads by Float Life and Carve Power. And so, just like their name, they're a little cushy, a little soft because of the urethane material that they use. It's got this little concavity to the top of the board, which helps you feel more locked in, more secure, gives you a better feel, especially if you're carving or making turns. It's compatible with the products like the flight fender, which a lot of people like. And because it's made of this urethane, it's very durable. They say on their website that it will never chip, never crack, never break, and it's guaranteed. And if it ever has any issues, they will personally send you a free one. The grip tape is very nice. It's got a very aggressive grip to it. Looks very sharp, and if you've used TFL grip tape before, you'll know it fits perfectly. And so I'm used to using TFL grip tape. I've also used Mob grip tape, and I can say that the TFL grip tape is great. It's probably the only grip tape that I will use. So between the brand new shoes, between the new Kush pad with this new grip tape, I must say that my board felt like a brand new board. It was a ton of fun to go on this 12, I think I almost did 15 miles on this ride just to test out the foot pad. And my first time with a concave pad really helped me to be able to push in and out of it as I was carving, so it felt really nice. Even after 12 to 15 miles, my feet did not ache like they normally do. And I think that may be a combination of the shoes and the foot pad. I don't know. In terms of the foot pad as being cushy, having a soft texture, it does have a soft texture. It is pliable, but it's not as cushy as one would think given the name. And so I don't know how much that added into the comfort of the pad. But I have to imagine, because it is not as rigid as something like wood or metal, that is helping to absorb some of the shock and impact during long rides, and so that helped to prevent foot fatigue. during this ride. So I'm super satisfied. I would totally recommend the Kush by the Float Life. One thing about the grip tape that was coming off, Jeff did say all you need to do is warm up that grip tape with a hair dryer and it'll stick right back on. After my ride, I didn't see any issues with the grip tape coming off of the foot pad. So there you have it. The Kush and the brand new shoes do make a huge difference, and I totally recommend it. I hope you found this video helpful. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my future video, which I will be reviewing the 2X and how it can help extend range on your Onewheel.